touch early. It's only 5:59, but that's all right. Hopefully others will be in here before too long. Sonia will not be joining me tonight. She's not here, and she's on her way here. But for the moment, she is out. So sorry, you guys will have to deal with just me. Trying to see if am I lit up enough, or do I need to turn some more light on? Hi, Rebecca. It looks darker on my phone. I'm using my computer tonight so I could watch the chat, and then I can kind of watch it on the phone too. Hey, TD, how are you this evening? How is it around where you are? I've been watching the Red Sox a little bit, but I'm getting a little tired of them losing like they have been here lately, especially to teams that aren't as good as them. I don't think they are. They're gonna miss their chance at the postseason. Hey, John. Rebecca, how are you feeling today? I hope you're doing good. I jumped out there thinking you were going to do your live, but I think you mentioned last week that you were not doing a live this week, so I forgot about that. It's 95 here in Arizona. Well, I think it got up to about 87 here today, but it's going to be around 95 in the next few days, so yay. You doing all right tonight, John? I hope so. As I said a while ago, Sonia's not going to be with me tonight. That's why I'm in a different spot. You see the table behind me. I'm sitting at my desk instead, since I don't have to be quite as far from the phone sharing the spotlight, which I hate that she's not here, but she is on her way home from Fayetteville right now, which is a pretty good drive. But I think right this minute she's at Costco. So there's the can light on your ceiling. Oh, right up there. Doop. Yeah, it's not on at the moment. But hello, MMD. I don't know how else to say that, but from Arkansas, from the great state of Arkansas. And I definitely am not going to be able to pronounce that name, but hello. Hi, Joy. How are you this evening? Blue Gold. Hello, Blue Gold. How are you this evening? I was going to tell you guys that TD mentioned that it was 95 in Arizona. Well, it cooled off yet yesterday. It did not. It was supposed to get to 70. It did not get. Actually, it's supposed to get to 75. I'm not sure it ever got to 70 yesterday. Had my windows open in the house all day long. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. Hey, Chris. Dodge still outside working, or is he out working again, I should say. But it was so nice. Had windows open all day long. Temperature, I mean, the temperature did get in the house to about 73, 74, but I don't care. I don't care. It felt wonderful all day. And before we went to church this morning, we already had to close the windows because it was already getting to be about 75 or so in here. Okay. So just getting that chance. 83 where are you, Blue Gold? I always like to ask people where they are just to have an idea. We got rain Wednesday. Well, we got some rain on Thursday, but I went out and fed the animals. I talk about it in my video, but I went out and fed the animals. Hey, Donald and Lisa, South Florida, Miami area. Okay. And went out and fed the animals, and it had slacked off. It was still raining a little bit, but it wasn't much. And I came back inside. I was planning to do some stuff outside, but I had to wait till later. And it was, it was it was raining a little more here and there. Of course, with these metal roofs that we have, it seems harder sometimes, I think, than it actually is. But it seemed to be coming down now. I'll be honest with you. When I went out there and looked around like this morning, you can barely tell it even rained. And even Saturday, you could barely tell that it rained. I mean, I thought, even Saturday evening, it just, I thought it was going to be better. I just was hoping it was going to be better. Hey, Shane. Welcome in. Glad to see you. But it's, I mean, they were talking like it was going to do some rain now. And Donald said on their live that they got, what was it, like 5.5 inches of rain or something like that. And I mean, we're lucky. I don't have a rain gauge here, unfortunately, but we're lucky if we got probably 1/4 of an inch. I really, really, really was hoping it was going to rain a lot more. Any of you guys in here, if you could, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. I see 31 people watching and only 7 thumbs up, so appreciate it if you give us some thumbs up. But yeah, I was hoping it was going to rain a lot more. And like I said, we're supposed to be back to 92, 93 by Wednesday and like close to 95 by Thursday. And I was hoping we were going to get a little long-term fall instead of just yesterday. The road was dusty. Yep, I believe that. As dry as it has been, and as long as it has been since we got any significant rain, I can't even imagine how much rain it would take. How much rain it would take to really to soak it in and really go. I need the cow pasture out there to get good again. I'm thinking about moving them again, but I've got to get my stuff together. I noticed yesterday when I went out that my bottom strand that I still have up over there was not on there right. It was hanging funny. So I was like, what's going on? I think something ran through it and broke it. Oh, good, Shane. I'm glad you have. Thank you, Rebecca, for posting that. Appreciate it. Our Kitchen with Tracy and Tim. Hi, Tracy. I see you're on here with Our Kitchen on here. I've seen you with your green thumbs on others. Doesn't matter which channel you're in on. I watch videos on both of them, so I don't. I told Tracy on one of her videos that my thumb. Here's the way I see my thumb right here. It's green right here on the end, but as you go further down, as you do more, it gets browner and browner. So I'm not much of a person to grow stuff. I try. And but my mother-in-law is much better than I am. But I think next year, next fall, next spring, we're going to combine efforts, and I'm going to try to help her do some more things with her gardening and such, because she's good at doing. But hey, Tommy, welcome in. Good to see you. Talk to you. Actually, see you in the chat. I've seen you in the chat a little bit tonight, so appreciate you supporting the other channels too. And if you guys see any channels on here that you don't know, go check them out, because we get I got some really good channels that come in, and it'd be worth going and checking them out if you want to see some really cool old tractors that do a lot of work. Then go check out Shane at Farmall and Fords for sure. And hey, Michael, how are you? How is Georgia? I know y'all been getting quite a bit of rain, a lot more rain than what we've been getting for sure. Good to have you in here. Right, and I like looking at this, checking out the stuff that you cook too, because you make some really good looking stuff. And Georgia, always on our mind. There you go. I've found out that I have got several friends through YouTube that are from Georgia. I thought Oklahoma was when I first started doing YouTube, Oklahoma, I mean, everybody I watched was in Oklahoma, I swear. And but now, and now it's very spread out. But there's seems to be a pretty good concentration in Georgia too. So I think that's pretty cool. I like it. I'm not the best cook in the world. I do. I can cook some things. Uh, Thank you, Tracy. I can cook some stuff, but I made those biscuits that I did in the last video. Um, I just I wanted to make them. I saw this recipe, so I copied it out and I said I want to make these, and so I surprised Sonia Labor Day morning, and I made them. But of course, she got up and said, well, I was just at the point where I was laying them out, going. It said to fold them over and do this, and so she was telling me what that was about and kind of showing me. I was not going to fold them right. I was thinking one thing, and she did something totally different. And I liked the way she did it a lot better. So, if cooking wasn't a godsend, there wouldn't be instructions for cooking over and over and over in the Bible. That's true. Just saying, everybody should learn how to cook. You're doing God's work. I can cook some things and do certain things. Just add butter and jam. Hey, I have to admit, they were really good. I had some left over, and a couple of mornings during the week, I went ahead and popped them in the air fryer and kind of crisped them up just a little bit. Add a little cheese, and what did I put? I put some ham on them one day, and I put some turkey bacon on them another day. So, not bad. I thought they turned out pretty good, and they seemed to last pretty good. So, I guess I can make biscuits because I made them at the deer camp. The guy who normally makes biscuits wasn't going to cook biscuits for breakfast this last year, and so I went down there and cooked them. And I mean, we're talking 2 ingredients, and that is it just had flour and buttermilk. That's it. Now these had flour and buttermilk, but also it had me do something different. I froze a stick of butter and then grated it into the bowl. Put the flour in there, mixed it all together, put it in the refrigerator, pulled it out, and then put the after it cooled for about 10 minutes or so, then I put the buttermilk in it, and then mixed it up, flattened it out, and did that. Actually, I put it back in the refrigerator for just a little bit to cool again. And what it said was the frozen butter on there would make it make steam when it was cooking to help them rise up. So yeah, sure. If anybody else and any of you guys, please ask and Rebecca, thank you, Rebecca, for putting those out there, because I'd love for people to go find out about other channels from here. I've suggested channels to people before, and then later on gone and checked out that channel, checked out a video or something, and see them people that I suggested to commenting on the video. It makes me feel good, because I like getting people together and letting people find more content that they enjoy. So it's just, hey, that's just the way it is. I like to help get people together if I can, because we have a great community here. I will say my calves are getting a little bigger, and it's really funny because, hey, there's David. Hi, David. Another Georgia person right there. Hey, there's Nancy too. Hi, Nancy. How are you tonight, David? I was asking Michael how the rain was going in Georgia. How's it going there too? And into conservation, but insects as well. I do a micro documentary on a bunch of different insects. Cool. Insects are really, we need them. We really need them around. They do benefit. Some of them do things. I know Rain all day yesterday. Okay. Uh, Thanks for coming in, Nancy. Uh, I guess that's okay though, isn't it, David? You just worked on the house and did stuff in there. But uh, but yeah, talking like that archer fish that Tommy had on the Aquatic News Network there. I mean, he getting those uh, insects off the branch so he could eat them. I figured you probably did. Did you have that good help that you had before? Those boys they were some good help you had. But but I was talking about my cows. The calves are getting a little bigger. That little one, she's still little and all, but it's really funny because she was so black when she was born, and she's getting pretty brown now. But the bull calf TJ, he's actually starting to darken up and all. I don't remember Patty getting that brown at any point when she was growing, but I know, and my mother-in-law was like, "He's so brown. None of them are brown." But the truth of the matter is, when you go out there and you get really close to them, you'll find out there is brown. There's a brown tint to them, and at times brown spots on Clint and Natasha. So that's good. It's a beautiful evening here for sure. Been clear all day with a north wind. It's been wonderful. Hey, there's Jack. Sonia, she went to Fayetteville this weekend with her cousin, and she went to do her side hustle. She went to do her Farmanex stuff, which you'll get to see at the rendezvous when she comes. Hey, there's Tony. Hi, Tony. Good to see you in it. Another Georgia guy right there, like I was saying. But yeah, it's those cows. It's crazy how they're changing color like they are. He's going to be a steer. He is going to be a steer because the baby we had last year, I'm hoping to get processed in February, and then the next year after that, it'll be his turn. Now, as far as the other calf that I have, I'm not sure yet if I'll keep her and process her, or if I might actually try to sell her. We'll see. It was cool here this morning. I had to put up a heater in my aquarium, I bet, with an outdoor temperature of 100 plus. Yeah, I bet it's not been too bad, but it dropped down to 60 yesterday morning. That's a little cool for that. We haven't had any rain in about a week, really. It's supposed to rain tonight or tomorrow, I think. I'm doubting it, though. You sound like me, Michael. They're saying that, I mean, it's like they said, oh, expect rain on on Saturday, and we got it. But it just wasn't much of nothing. I don't like to drop my own link. It makes me feel like I'm promoting myself. I understand, Rebecca. Waters, thank you. Okay. Don't work on vertical format like this. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that way. Half inch. We just had a hat. So, and like I said, Tony is in Georgia as well. Of course, Georgia's not a small state. So it's kind of like saying, Sonia went to Fayetteville, and it's like saying, well, we were in the same state, but she was a pretty good ways from me. She's up in the northwest corner, and I'm in southeast. So yeah, there you go, Nancy. If you don't mind dropping Rebecca's link, that would be great. Like I said, I don't. Gotcha, Mrs. Yarn. I like that. But yeah, I don't think that we got more than 1/4 of an inch. Money Pit, there you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. But it was, and it was chilly out there too. 100 or so miles apart. Okay. Yeah, you do know where. I know you're very familiar with Michael because I know every time I go to comment on his videos, you've already commented on them, Tony. So I'm too attached. I know. And there's a food cycle, just too emotional. I understand that absolutely. I have a friend at church. He's actually the one that hatched some of our eggs for us this year. He's got a huge a huge incubator that he hatches from. But he told me one time, he said he got, what was it? I think he got rabbits one time with the intention that he was going to process them. Didn't happen. He couldn't do it. He just flat could not process them. He couldn't do it. He ended up selling them. But that's just the thing. I know these animals are there for a reason, and it's just like people say, well, don't name them or you'll get attached to them. I keep telling Jackie to quit naming the chickens. Like I said, I know that you're not supposed to name them and do all that, but at the same time, I've named several animals. Patty's got a name. She's going to get processed. When I know from the time they are born that they are going to be processed, it's not always totally easy, but it will be done. So, sorry, I'm listening. What did Michael say? I'm 3.5 hours from the coast, 1.5 hours from the Alabama line. Okay. Thinking of eggs, me and my wife found one of our ducks' clutch of eggs, 17 eggs. Yeah, they'll hide from you and do that. That's the problem. This is a different angle than you usually have for your lives. Yeah, I know. Sonia's not here tonight, Putty Cat. So, hey, Andrew. Good to see you. Sonia's not here tonight. She had to be gone this weekend, so I decided to just sit at my desk. Like I said, the tables that we're normally sitting at is right there behind me, so sings to them every morning. That's right. We do our best. We give them a great life. They live. They're not, not neglected or anything. And then we do what we have to do. Got a bottle calf. I named it. Wouldn't let my parents process it. I understand. My parents had a pig, and we named it Midnight. And when it came time and it was just time for the man to come and put a ring in its nose so that it wouldn't dig under the, get under the pin or nothing. And I sat there on the gate, and I kept hollering. Every time they just about grab it, I'd say, "Run, Midnight, run!" And I don't want them to hurt my pig. Finally, my dad said, "Go, get in the house. You get out of here." So I had to leave. And that wasn't even when they processed it. No, that was just when they were putting a ring in its nose. So I've gotten better over time. Like Bubba Gump, there you go. Right hand, which game? There you go. Right. Nugget gravy train. And that's a lot of time when we named the pig that we had at one time. His name was Hammy, Sir Hamilton. We called him Hammy because, But and Patty, it's Patty Cake, Baker's man, So, but TJ, I can't help it. I've named him TJ because his daddy, I call him Clint the Tank because he is built like a tank. He's solid. I can't help it. He's Tank's son, so he's Tank Jr. He's TJ. So, and can you check out some of those links that they've been doing, Shane, and see if you can get to that? Hey, there's Greg. Hi, Greg. I guess y'all are still on the road, or are you home now? But I mean, like I said, I've gotten to where sometimes I name them. A good example, the goat that we sold to the lady for Juneteenth. He had a name, but he still got processed. So I got another one out there. He's got a name. His name is Boots. And which is, I will admit, reminiscent of a cat that I had when I was young. But guess what? He's going to get processed too, but not until it cools off, because that's a mistake that I made with that other one, was trying to process him in the heat. I won't do that again. Ooh, I won't do that again. That was horrible. I was still traveling. Good. Okay, well, y'all be careful, please. Get home safely. I need to see you in, 2.5 weeks. Which, for anybody who's on here that doesn't know, we'll be going to the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. We'll be headed up there on the 24th. It's the 26th and 27th, but we're going to help with setup on the 25th. So, make the playoffs as a wild card. I hope so, Putty Cat. But the way they've been playing here lately, they are so up and down. at least when they play the Yankees, they play great. But whew, I don't know. There we go. The aquatic news, good, good. I like seeing all these channels getting put out there. When it comes to processing animals, I have nightmares every time, so I looked into form of slaughter. I urge everybody to actually check that out. Okay. How do you pronounce that? Shishita? I'll have to look at that. When it comes to processing Patty, the problem is going to be that she's so big. I find it so, okay, I might have to check that out. But she's so big that I can't, the goats I can do, chickens I can do on my own, but I can't see how I can do a cow by myself, even with Lee's help, So we'll see. I've got 3 people I think that have already said they wanted to help when it comes time. Oh, okay, Rebecca, I didn't know that. Now see, I've got to get my rabbits going so I can get them going too. Hello, Ethan. How are you this evening? What's up? We're just talking a little homesteading. Shihita. Okay. Hawk on the 8th. Okay. I'm not good with Jewish words. I'm sorry. But we're just talking a little homesteading and what going on here. I was hoping to do a live, just do a walk around out there, but we changed over to a few weeks ago to T-Mobile, and I get no signal in my dang yard now. So, yeah, you go watch Tony at RNW there. If you go watch Tony, you're gonna get to see a lot of pears. We tried to do pears at one time. We had 2 pear trees, and they were 2 very different pear trees, but they were close to each other. And the problem being that the squirrels got in them. So let's see. I feel you there. T-Mobile Tower affiliate. Yeah, they're not. It's not great. I'm Sonia lodged a complaint with them. And I'm ready to too, because when we got it, they showed us the map. Here's the map. Da 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 da. Well, then I had a problem when I was at work one day, which is in another town. So I couldn't. I tried to use my phone to get my Walmart app up so I could get my discount on gas. And when I tried it, I had no signal whatsoever, and I was mad. They finally got me to reboot this, and they had to reboot something and all, and it works now. But the guy on there said, well, the map we get to look at actually says in the 2 areas that I'm concerned with, where I work and where I live, there's known problems and we need to work on them. Well, thank you. Why did you not tell me that when I signed up? So, sorry. That's all I'm going to complain tonight. We want to plant fruit trees, maybe have a small orchard. Yes, we have a few out here. We've got to cut. Well, if they survive, we've had some problems with the peach trees, with the peaches and apples. We've actually got a pear. I'm not sure what else Sonia's got out there, but when we first moved in, she planted some trees around the goat and cow pen, not close to it though. Yeah, they're wrong, exactly. Elderberry and lavender, there you go. We've got blueberry bushes out there too, which produced a lot of blueberries this last year. They're probably, the biggest one's probably about that tall, if you guys can see my hands, which is not huge yet, but it produced a lot of blueberries. But unfortunately, I bought Sonia some of those nets to put over it, like Tracy used. And of course, we procrastinated and didn't get out there in time, and the chickens got all the blueberries before we did. Wild orange tree. Oh, cool. A few more pecan trees. It ran off my screen there. I'm glad I got this up so I can see it in the middle of our pine trees. Oh, that's neat. Yes to lavender for sure. Yes, got to keep the birds. My chickens will get in the berries in a heartbeat. So yeah, Sonya got some white peaches the other day. They were pretty good. I love peaches. Peaches, but I don't care if they're white, they're regular. If they're good and ripe, I love a good peach. If you do that, yep, I agree with you there, Michael. Lavender is a learned art. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. But we never have luck with lavender. Huh? Well, Sonia tried to do this thing out back here with her herb garden, and that didn't go very well. We put the uh, hay down and covered it and did all this that she wanted to do and all, and it just didn't do right. And now it's just grown up. So I I would love to have it to have worked better, but it just didn't really do like what we thought it was going to do. So I imagine we'll regroup and try something different this next spring, because I know she really wants to do an herb garden and a fairly large one, because she's done and would like to do tinctures again, which I need to get her to watching Terry at TNT Homestead, because Terry's been doing some tinctures, some videos of tinctures here lately. So it's, what better thing can you do? Sorry guys, I got to adjust in my seat just a little bit. What better thing can you do for yourself than to grow the things that will keep you healthy and make you live a little better, you know? Dwayne Hall, yeah, heard of Dwayne Hall for sure. I think it would be a great thing if we could do that. But again, I've not been participating well enough in the spring gardening. Her mom loves to do it and all, but I have to kind of get it ready. But you know, it's not one of those things that I've been prioritizing. So I'm hoping this coming spring. So many of you guys out there have inspired me. Michael and his garden he's been doing, Tracy and all of her stuff that she does, you know. Nancy's got a garden out there that she's been doing. I mean, all of you guys have inspired me a whole lot. I'm going to try my best to work on that spring garden this year. I'm going to do it. If I said too long, my backside gets sore. Yep, I agree completely, Putty Cat. Oh, and Putty Cat, by the way, yesterday Lee and I were doing something out there and we moved a tote that was sitting there. You want to guess what was under it? You got it. It was a snake. Sonia didn't run into it, but we did. I'm not totally sure what kind it was. I didn't get a whole lot of time to look at it because as soon as we started to mess with it, boom, the chicken came over and got it. It's a little bitty snake, it's a little baby. It wasn't real long, but that chicken grabbed it and took care of it real quick. Has been tampered with. I wish that I could grow everything that I eat. Yes, I agree completely, Michael. No content. It's kind of like my other channel by my name. I don't have any on there. Finally a snake. Yep. Lee moved it, and then he was like, "Is that a snake under there?" And I looked and go, "Yeah." I mean, it looked like a gigantic earthworm, but I was like, "Yeah, I believe that is." And I went to mess with it, and that chicken ran over there, grabbed it, and I was like, "Okay, well." And sure enough, that chicken took care of that snake. I don't think it was a bad snake. I'm not totally sure, but like I said, I didn't get a whole lot of time to look at it. I just like to watch others such as y'all. Well, we're very glad that you are watching ours and joining us, Putty Cat. I promise you. That's good stuff. I mean, I love the people who don't have content that do things, you know, love having them in here, love interacting, you know, with the folks that do. I get to go watch their channel and see them or get on, but I'm telling you guys, this is a great community that we're in right here. This is not what I imagined was going to happen whenever I joined YouTube and started doing these videos and everything. I, in the, I think I've said it before, but when I did the creators conference that Dutch and Daniel put on, I, they kept saying, build your community, build your community, build. I didn't understand what that meant until I started doing lives, and there it is. Oh, good, Michael, 3 miles. That's nice. Well, hello. I cannot say all that, but Bill, I'm going to say, you said good morning, so where are you? Because obviously you're a little ways from Arkansas, United States. But that is a blessing. Yeah, I just wanted to play around making videos. It's so much more. Yeah, it is. I did it. Billy owns. Oh, I got you. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, appreciate you coming in this evening for us in the Philippines. Okay. Our friend Keith from Farm to Table just left the Philippines earlier this week. So welcome in. Glad to have you. Because, yeah, every time we were in the evening, he was in the morning. So, yes, I agree, Chris. I mean, this community has been great. And, I started this channel for the reason that Dutch inspired me with talking about doing it for his girls. And I decided I wanted to do it so my kids could see, what we did and all, and my grandkids could, they can go back and watch themselves on some of them because they've been in several of my videos. And, I think we sponsor a child in the Philippines. Cool. We sponsor a child in Haiti. And that's the reason I picked Haiti was because I've actually been there with work. So, yes, Tracy, I agree completely. I love, do you do any farming? And I don't want to mess that up, but Billions? I mean, what's your real name? Let's put it that way. I mean, is that your first name? Or, I just want to be sure, and I hope I pronounce it correctly, because I try my best and to do it. I don't like to insult people by not being able to pronounce their name. I do my very best, I promise. But yeah, keeping it Dutch. There you go. That's who started me right there. Well, Daniel was the first one that I started watching. Has the last name Billionaire. Okay. Has the last name Billions. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Billions? Billiones? I'm hoping I say it close to right. But yeah, I started, when you left God and without the Lord, the grandkids will have videos and such. That's right. That's part of it. They can go back and watch the videos that I made, and they can see what I did, and maybe it'll inspire them to do some more when they get older. They like to go out there with me and look for eggs and feed the animals, and all that stuff. And I, at this point in time, I feel comfortable enough with our animals that I don't feel bad about them going out there with me and doing things, And I haven't taken the littlest one yet, but she's only 2, so take Pax and Cleo. They're 8 and 5, so that works good. But well, and see, Daniel started coming up on my Facebook lives or Facebook videos, and I started watching him, and then they got hacked. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad I could say it right. I don't want to mess it up. But and then they got hacked on their Facebook, so they were exclusively doing the YouTube, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go get a YouTube channel. So that's when I did it under my name and got the YouTube channel there, So just like Putty Cat said, wasn't gonna put any content on it. I just did that channel so I could watch other people, and participate in that, and so then. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in and joining us from the Philippines. But so I got the channel and I started watching. Well, of course, Daniel introduced me to Dutch. and Dutch introduced me to Kevin, and and they were, and Daniel introduced me to Brandon, and it just grew from there. And now, of course, it's so funny because I don't have time to watch Daniel or Dutch or Kevin or none of them, because I'm watching a lot of the folks that are on here. I'm watching what you have to put out because you are part of my community. They're, they're big and they're part of their own community and all, but we have our community that we do, and that's what I do. I go watch you guys. I watch Tracy gardening and Tracy cooking, and I go watch Nancy doing her alpha gal cooking, and doing their other things, and John and his chickens, and Tony and his. I'm gonna say huckleberries, but it's not huckleberries. You have. I know what they're called, muscadines, and pears, and Shane and his tractors, and David and Angie, and of course Maggie. You got to watch Maggie. That's their German Shepherd that they have, and they're all their birds. There are tons and tons of birds, and they're gardening too. There's another one inspiring me. So, that's what I watch. I watch you guys. I watch the ones that are in my community. I watch them a lot. I actually used YouTube for something different yesterday because the Razorbacks weren't going to be on anything that I could watch. And there was a guy live streaming. He talked over parts of it and such, but still there was a guy live streaming the game, so I could actually watch it on there. So that was pretty cool. See, I used to watch Cog Hill all the time, but I don't get to watch them as much. Usually, if I'm going to watch something, I watch something every now and then. I watch some of Daniel's, and I watch some of Dutch's, and I used to watch Kevin a lot more. But it's just like I don't have time to watch some of this anymore. It's you guys. It's the ones. I think of the elderly that can't make it to church, but yet the live streams are there. That's right. That's true. That's true. And speaking of the elderly at our church, there's a lady that comes to our church, and last Sunday she had an attack while she was there, and they actually called an ambulance, and they had to take her to the hospital, take her to the emergency room, and my first thought when I see her is she's there every Sunday, and she has problems on some Sundays, but she's there. She makes that effort. She gets there, and I think that is so cool to me because I've known a lot of people that have any kind of problem. Oh, I can't go to church. I'll just stay at home, but she is there. Every day is pinball. Guess I know that. I will admit I've got a bad, what would be the word? A bad habit, I guess. I like to watch Good Mythical Morning. I don't always watch every bit of their episodes, and especially if they get a little, on some things, they get a little crazy, But I don't know why, but I like Good Mythical Morning, and I watch them. And I don't necessarily agree with them totally, but they can be entertaining. So, pinball preparedness. Okay, well, that sounds like a good thing to be watching. I think she is Putty Cat. That's pretty cool that she does that. So, was to find out how to change a headlight or funny cat videos. There you go, John. That's exactly the way I used to think about it. YouTube was, well, let me go to YouTube University and learn how to do this, I've used it a bunch of times. I've used it to fix my car, used it to fix my weed eater. I've used YouTube University to fix a lot of things. But, I found that there's a lot more out there too. And again, I did not expect the community that has been built here in doing this. It's just incredible. It's, again, when I was at that creators conference, they kept saying, build your community, build your community. Well, my thought was, oh yeah, I'll get in with these big channels and let them be part of my community, and then I can grow and big and fast. And it doesn't work that way. I've got Dutch's phone number, and I text him about some things and ask him questions and talk to him, and I've done that for Kevin too and all. But they're not part of my community. When I think about texting people, it's Jack and it's Greg and it's John and it's people who are really part of my community. And how-to videos are, they do something in like 10 minutes, yet I know the multiple chips hardware store. Well, so put it, let me put it this way. When I figured out the way to fix my car, okay, I watched that guy. And of course, he did it in about 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10, 15 minutes. He did it. It was great. It took my dad and I 3.5 hours. And then we actually messed something up when we put it back together and had to go back in and fix that. But it's still, somebody can sit there and tell me, and if you go right here and look under here, there's a bolt right here. Now, but it ain't always that easy to find. They've done it. They understand where it is. It's not always as easy as what they make it out to be. But that's okay, because we figured it out. But yeah, it took us 3.5 hours to finally get that whole thing figured out and get them going. So, hey, you do what you got to do. But again, this YouTube community is awesome. It is awesome, and I'll be honest with you. This whole YouTube thing has changed my life completely. All right, see you, Greg. Thank you for joining. The first time that I went to the Okie Homesteading Expo, I was not a creator yet. I had just been watching these guys, and I wanted to learn this hog processing. But I wanted to go to the Okie to learn some things, but tell me who hadn't done this. I wanted to be a fanboy. I wanted to go meet these people in person that I see on video. I wanted to go do that. Well, since that time, being on YouTube and doing all this and making the friends that I've had and all, this last year I went to Okie. I've been a volunteer every year but the first year, because I didn't have a channel, and they really like for other channels to be volunteers and such. But also, I don't know that I would have known to volunteer. I wouldn't have thought about volunteering if not for Cassie from Walker Farm Fam reaching out to me and saying, hey, you ought to check this out, because I think, email them, because they like for channels to be, they would like channels to be their volunteers. Well, so this last year we went, I've been a volunteer for 3 years. I go 2 days early to help set up and do, work with Kevin and Dutch. And this last year, Kevin Grounds was helping set up, and Nico was even there from our Brown farmhouse, and there was a lot of people there to help set up, a lot more than there were, the previous year. But also, what else happened when I was there? That's my first chance I got to meet, to go meet like Donald and Lisa, and meet Greg and Donna in person, That's when, and you get to see Jack and Dina again. We met them at the very first one. They were selling their candy, and we got to meet them there. And now, we look forward to getting to see them all the time when we go to these things. And it's just, it's not the same experience anymore. I don't go there, learn, get to hang around these YouTube stars, and go home. No, I'm there, I'm helping, and I'm getting to hang out with my friends and go out to eat with like-minded people who are in there doing, the same things we are, and believe the way that we do and all that. It's just, my experience from year one to my experience from year 4 don't even compare. They don't even compare. And Chris, I think you've found the perfect one. This community is awesome. From Rebecca and her hats and the things she does with them, to everything that happens along the way, whether you are a full-out homesteader or, not, the people in this community are awesome. Yes, and I get to go hang out with Chris and Dodge and Jack and Dina and Greg and Donna and Monty and Michelle, you know, all these people that I would never have met. I mean, Jack and Dina, like I said, we met them the first year of the rendezvous. I mean the expo, but all these there's so many of these people that I get to go hang out with that I would never have met, except that I got a YouTube channel, and now we have met all these people. Uh, Put up food. I'm snacking on grapefruit from 2020 and it tastes just as good as fresh pickle. That's cool. And then this is going to be our first year to go to Rendezvous. I know it's only the second year, but we didn't know anything about Rendezvous last year. But hey, there's Ryan. Hey, Ryan, are you home? I'm guessing you are. Did you? I don't guess you did a live on the way home like you did on the way up there. I sat in on their live, watched a good portion of it before I had to leave. I went to lunch with one of the guys that I work with, so. But yeah, Ryan. There's another great example right there, Ryan and Keith. I mean, I'd have never met Ryan and Keith if not for this YouTube thing. And man, those guys, you can learn a lot going out to the Farm to Table show and watching the videos that they put out, whether it's the lives they do now on Saturday mornings or the the interviews that they do with these people. They're going to be at the Rendezvous. We're going to get to hang out with Ryan and Keith again, too. Got to meet them in person this year at the expo. And, I mean, just so many people that we've met. And it's just been absolutely awesome. And, again, not kept overheating on the way up. Oh, no. Not what I expected from this YouTube journey, but far more than I expected. And I will say, 4 years ago, I could never imagine myself sitting here by myself on this phone talking to you guys for an hour. All right, Michael, thank you very much. Have a good one, brother. But I'm not the same person I was when I started this journey. I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy doing these lives. I really love doing these lives, especially love them with Sonia because I like the interaction with me and her. But every now and then you gotta put up with just me. Sorry about that. Hope that didn't run too many people off this evening. I mean, she's definitely the better half of things, I know. But yeah, and you know, when I first started, I tried to get Sonia to do videos, and I got her to do a few videos now, but she doesn't do videos. She doesn't like to do just the videos and such. I keep trying to get her to do cooking videos and all, but her complaint, my kitchen needs to be cleaned up. I got to do that. But I can get her on the lives. And so I'm very happy with that. I can get her on here. And I mean, I've enjoyed doing this YouTube thing so much more than I thought I would. I was wondering if I was going to keep it up. Oh shoot, I hope she didn't kill my live. Oh, please don't let it lock up because she called. Hopefully she won't do it again. Lee, text your mama real quick and tell her I'm still on the live. But yeah, it's I love having her on here with me and doing some of that. Larry's Krabby Review. Hello, Larry. How are you? Oh, just having conversations about homesteading in the community. And where are you from, Larry? She called Lee. So I think she realized what she did. So she called Lee. Kentucky. All right. Well, you see right above you a little bit there, Money Pit Homestead. They're from Kentucky as well. So go check out their channel. Who did Arkansas play yesterday? They played for the first time, I don't know if ever, I think ever in football, Arkansas State, the Red Wolves. So, hey, there's Monty and Michelle. You just catching us for the end. That's cool. Thank you very much for being here. Got to run to look at the shock on the Jeep. See y'all soon. Okay. Thank you, Chris. She made her appearance. There you go. Go give Bear a good walk, John. Uh, hello and goodbye, Chris. But yeah, I love this community. I love this. I love doing YouTube. And like I said, I didn't think I would make it. I wasn't sure how long will I do it. Will it go good? And you know, August 1st was 3 years, and so we're into our 4th year. She is on the road. I think she's probably headed back from Costco right now. She went to Fayetteville this weekend she did a whole thing with her side hustle, as I call it, her Farminex, which she will be doing at Rendezvous as well. And she ran off on me, so she didn't get to come in tonight. Like I said, I really love to have her with me. But you know, the thing that I will say that I'm very proud of, I will say that I've made it 3 years. I've done good, and I promised myself that I was going to do 2 videos a week. And I have missed 2 times doing 2 videos a week, and I only got 1 video out each of those 2 weeks. One of those was actually shortly after I started, because it was the week that I did the Creators Conference. It kind of messed me up, new to doing things, and so I wasn't ready. Nowadays, when I do it, I will have a video either have a video really ready, or I'll just take my computer with me. Especially when I go to the expo, I'm going to take the computer with me and do some of the video while I'm there and put that out, because I always put them out on your wife is funny. Thank you. I think she is too. she does really good at keeping it good and light and going. But you know, I said I was going to do it. I'm going to put it out Monday and Thursday. I do them Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m. I am so proud of myself. I get to not worry about, I don't have to worry about Red Dirt Rooster Road tonight and doing theirs. My video for tomorrow is already uploaded and ready to go. Everything we did. I bet he's going to be busy for a while doing that, Ryan. I guarantee it. But yeah, I mean, I've done really good with it, and now I'm doing shorts like crazy. I think right now we're at 685 videos. Now that's lives, shorts, and full-length videos, but we're at 685 videos. Really wouldn't have imagined myself as having 685 videos on the internet with most of them with my face on it. I don't know why anybody would want to watch videos with my face on it, but you guys make me feel welcome and make me feel really good about doing those videos, and the comments that I get. That's what I love. That's why I try to get on your channels. I watch your videos and I try my best to make a good, relevant comment, because I get so many good comments that I love getting those comments and talking back and forth with people, you know, and hearing what they think about this and what. So, I mean, it's good. What, you have a channel? Right. What? Why do I have a channel? I don't know. But we are, what time is it? Oh gosh, we're less than 2 minutes from Dyer Family Farm. If any of you anybody's watching that doesn't know, Dyer Family Farm, D-Y-E-R, Dyer Family Farm is up next. And after them will be Red Dirt Rooster Road, Monty and Michelle. You got to go watch Jack and Dina, and you got to go watch Monty and Michelle and enjoy it, because, hey, guys, this community is great. It's awesome. And we thank you very much, Money Pit. They put Dyer Family Farm. You need it. Go click on that link and go watch them. They will be live as soon as I am done here. I appreciate everyone tonight. Love you guys. You mean the world to me. I love the interaction on these lives, and everything that's going. Guys, I'm telling you, you're awesome. You're awesome. You don't know how much I think about you, how I appreciate you, and everything should be good. We're headed to the rendezvous in 2.5 weeks, and we'll see some of you there. And guys, love you, and we will see you next week. Sonia should be here then.